All right, we're live with episode 11 of the Hotel Nerd podcast. I am Chris, Hotel Nerd.
And I'm John DeGregorio with Movie Loves Unite.
Technically, this is episode 11, but we're going to call it 10.5 because last week was just one hell of a week. First, we had technical issues, and then we had severe weather go through, both you on Sunday and me on Monday.
Right.
So, if you watched last week's video, it was only about 10 and a half minutes long, maybe 15. I don't remember. I know it wasn't very long. So we're kind of meshing things together this week. So other than severe weather, how did you fare out with the severe weather, by the way, down there? Because I know it was bad.
It was bad. Like the old CEO that we had for the hospital, the tornado went through her house.
Was that one of the 4 or 5s that went through, or was that a lesser one?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I just know that her house got drenched with the tornado. But she's recovering and everything with the tornado. She's doing good. But it was one of our original CEOs that we had for the hospital.
Yeah, we got hit Monday, and I gotta say, we got very, very lucky here in Pennsylvania. Nothing came about like they thought it was going to, at least here in the central area. If anybody hasn't heard before, I live in Williamsport, so I'm like a stone's throw from Little League World Series. You watch it on TV, I'm like 3.5 miles away from the ball fields. Just as a point of reference. So if you've ever been to Williamsport for Little League, then you know exactly where I'm at. But we got away with not much. But last night we had 2 inches of snow. So
that made up for it.
Yeah.
When you showed me that, I'm like, right.
I think it was the biggest snowstorm that we had all winter.
Exactly, because it wasn't all that bad this winter, though, for y'all, for a change.
This was very tame.
It was like overnight, bam, there's snow.
Just had a cat fight out there in the living room.
Uh-oh. But, that's why I was asking you if this was normal for this type of year because of it being
snow
close to May almost.
Snow in mid-April. I mean, we've even had snow in early May. But to actually get a robust system like went through last night, that's a little unusual. Just, I'd say maybe 60 miles northwest of us, they had 9 inches of snow.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was a dumper for April.
It's like, okay, we're not done with winter yet. Here we go. Here's some snow.
Yeah. So this whole bit with the roller coaster weather, this is April generally. Just that one happened to be a little bit of note because that one definitely it thumped us pretty good.
Right.
But anyhow, on to what we're actually here for.
I wanted to ask you something too.
What's that?
I wanted to ask you something too. Like with SCN Live, what did you think of that episode with Brett?
Actually, I didn't get to watch it because, as you can tell, I've been busy. You can't see my entire room area, but I've been restructuring things. They even got this thing here. If you can't see like the corner of it, a closet for organization. So
that's good.
That's been my week, is organizing. Lots and lots of organizing.
I gotcha.
But in the process of doing that, I also been watching a lot of Netflix, playing some Final Fantasy off and on. So that's pretty much been my week. That and doing DoorDash orders, being that the hotel is, for all intents and purposes, shut down at the moment. So we don't normally cover TV news very often around here because right now there's nothing really to talk about because everything's either on hiatus because of this virus or finales have happened. So, but there was, one piece of TV news that I wanted to point out because it's one of my favorite actors. Christopher Lloyd was on NCIS, and holy shit, did he bring the house down?
Like, what was his performance for? I'm just wondering what role did he play?
He played a World War II veteran that survived Pearl Harbor on the Arizona.
Oh shit!
And the interrogation scene between him and Gibbs, it's Mark Harmon.
Right.
Wow. Like, blow you away. Wow.
I'm gonna have to watch it then.
It's been a long time coming for them to go to Pearl Harbor, and they actually went to Pearl Harbor at the end of the episode. So, kudos to NCIS for finally doing that. This performance of Christopher Lloyd needs to win him an Emmy. If it doesn't win him an Emmy, there's a problem.
You see,
I don't know. Is there an Emmy for special guest appearances? Because if there is, this is it.
You see, here's the thing. With me, I tried getting into NCIS back in 2007. I just can't do it. There was just something off with the dialogue and some of the other stuff. And I'm like, I just can't do it. But if the dialogue got better since then and the plot lines got better, I'll give it another shot.
2007, that was a writer's strike year, wasn't it?
I want to say it was the writer's strike year.
Then that would explain it. If you go back and you watch it from the first episode, it has its peaks and valleys, like every show. It has its peaks and valleys.
Right.
But this one is definitely in the top 3.
All right.
And I'm not just saying that because of it having Christopher Lloyd in it. He's one of my favorite actors. It got me like 3 or 4 times. Like, hit me in the gut 3 or 4 times. So, especially the very end when Mark Harmon's talking at the end.
My question is this:
hits home big.
Oh, did they do anything with like the PTSD or anything like that? Did they go through that, or
they don't address it directly, but that's part of the interrogation. That's part of the whole underbelly of it. They don't hit it on the head. I mean, there are episodes they have hit it on the head directly. This wasn't one of them, but it addressed it. So I just thought that would be a nice little thing to start out with. Definitely a nice surprise to see Christopher Lloyd on TV. I don't recall him being in another TV show, at least recently.
No, as a matter of fact, he's been kind of quiet.
Yeah, the last TV show, I mean, obviously I just binged The West Wing here last week. He was in an episode of The West Wing, and he was really good in that, too. So, I mean, and he comes on camera, he's a scene stealer, that's for sure. So, now on to some movie news, and we've had some pretty big movie news come out. Right,
week. I was actually surprised to see the level of movie news that I actually wrote out and everything.
Yeah. If you haven't heard, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has had some troubles. It's gone through some madness of itself. But we have good news now. And I love this. When this was announced, I was overjoyed because he's one of my favorite directors, and he's coming to town to play in the Marvel Sandbox, and that is Sam Raimi is to direct Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
I'm all for that.
It's the perfect choice.
I agree. I couldn't be happier about that, man, because I believe that he can actually bring that level of horror to it, because we are going to be introduced into Nightmare. And then that he can also bring the humor with it too, like he did with Evil Dead. So, and then I also heard too that Bruce Campbell might have a cameo appearance in this. I was just getting
ready to say that.
Makes me eat it all up.
And the rumored Bruce Campbell appearance is Mr. Sinister.
Ooh. I would love to see Reeves. I can imagine. That's perfect, man. That is like the icing on the cake. I just want to go on ahead and eat up the whole entire cake and have diabetes, like sugar, really bad sugar diabetes right now. That's how bad it is. I want this.
Yeah,
because
that just makes it worth it.
I agree. Like, don't get me wrong. I know that he directed one of the Spider-Man movies. He directed part 2, I think, and 3, if I'm not mistaken, or was it just part
he
2?
did 1 and 2, I believe.
No, I thought I don't know, but
I don't think Raimi did. I think 3 was the one that Raimi walked away from.
Okay, I wasn't sure, but I can forgive him for what happened with the Spider-Man movie and stuff like that too, because of the fact that some of that was not his fault. It was just the direction that the studios wanted to go in at that time, because there was not this shared universe that we have now. But
yeah,
I really liked the remake of The Evil Dead that he did. I thought it was really good, and for him to choose.
I have to watch that, to be honest. I should see if that's on Netflix. I should really watch that.
Watch that and then watch the original Evil Dead and compare the two. To me, I think that both of them are neck and neck together, because I thought it was really good for a remake. But to have Sam Raimi direct the Doctor Strange movie, you couldn't even ask for a better director. Especially with humor.
You almost have to have the horror element in it, though, with Doctor Strange. To get into the meat and potatoes of Doctor Strange, you have to have the horror element. It's a must. It's just like Constantine. You have to have your horror element in it.
Right. And don't forget, we're introduced to Nightmare, which is like the Freddy Krueger of the MCU that actually eats people's dreams. So that's what we need. It'd be great if they actually cast Robert Englund as Nightmare and just have him CGI.
I would love for Schnepp to be around right now to hear Sam Raimi directing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Me just too, to see his head he'll be all sweaty. He'll be very sweaty about it.
God, I wish Schnepp was here for that announcement.
Me too. I can see him up in heaven right now, probably doing cartwheels. But I'm thrilled. I couldn't be happier.
Oh yeah, that was definitely like the announcement of the week for me.
Same.
So
I was already sold on the whole idea that Nightmare was going to be in it, and then whenever I heard, well, he's in talks, which means that it wasn't actually official yet.
Yeah, see, I heard that he was in talks as well, and then this week it's like just like mic drop, boom.
It became official because it's like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they said it wasn't official yet. He's in talks, and then drop down to now, it's official.
Hey, and more power to him. And now, because of everything that's going on with COVID, I'm sure everything is delayed, and I'm sure that's just in the script process. Now Sam can get in there and put his fingers into the pie. Let him just, I say to Disney, which actually this is another big announcement, being that I'm talking about Disney. Iger is back as CEO.
He is?
Yeah, Iger came back as CEO. He came back Easter night and said, you know what, Bob, no offense, shit's going down. I need to be back here. I need to make sure this stays the way it was before I left. And I'm stepping back in. So I'm tagging you out, tagging myself back in. So now that Iger's back on the saddle, let's have Iger have Sam be able just to write his own script out of what he pictures the Multiverse of Madness to be, and have him go to Iger and have him go to
Feige.
Yeah. And let's see what Feige and Iger say. And let's tweak it. Let's have Sam write it and let's tweak it from there.
Right. I totally agree with that. Because here's the thing, too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I know that Iger wanted to walk away from Disney and stuff like that, but it makes more sense for him to be there now because that other guy might not have that much of experience going around with this whole entire COVID issue. So he's like, okay, I need to go on ahead, take care of the company that helped build me. And then maybe after this pandemic is over with, maybe I can actually retire. But for right now, I gotta be in the seat right now.
Exactly.
So
But
I'm looking
yeah,
at that perspective.
I am firmly in the belief, and I hope that they do this. I hope Feige and Iger like, okay, Sam, go ahead, write your story, send it to us via email or whatever it is that you're going to send it to us as, because of the whole social distancing, and we'll tweak it as we go.
Right.
Give
I
us
think that would be perfect.
give us the first rough draft. We'll read it. We'll put our editor notes in. Basically, write a novel. Write the first draft. We'll make editor notes, and then let's collaborate. Let's figure it out.
Exactly.
That, in my mind, that'd be a smart way to do it. Obviously, I'm not a script writer. I'm not a movie producer, so I don't know shit. So
I know a little bit about the process and everything, but like you said, I'm not a movie. Well, I'm writing a script, but that doesn't mean anything. I still don't know shit. But
yeah, and that's just how I, in my mind, would work if everything's as straight laced as I would assume that it is, but I'm probably dead wrong. So now we have had words also from in the DC camp that Black Adam had started and then it had got delayed. And you broke this story to me because I hadn't seen this one yet. So I'll let you take the lead on this. But Dwayne Johnson's confirming that Black Adam is on delay.
yeah, he actually went on Twitter, I believe, and said that it's on delayed for right now because of this COVID thing. Production hasn't even begun on it at all anyways, so they have plenty of time to actually go through and figure out what they want to do. So, and I don't even think there's actually a script just yet. I'm not 100% sure. I have to research that a little bit more, but the whole fact that, you know, we are actually getting a Black Adam, and the fact that Dwayne Johnson confirms that, you know, it's been delayed and everything is because of this, and it's not the studio's fault for a change, it's actually kind of refreshing in a sense, because it means that we're actually getting a Black Adam movie. And it's not the studio's fault that's slowing it down or anything like that. It's just this pandemic that we're in.
Mm-hmm. That, and it just gives them more time to get more jacked.
That too. You already know he's going to lift the weights and have that baby oil. But, you know, it makes me excited to actually see that Black Adam's going to have its light.
And I don't know, we may have talked about it a couple episodes back. I believe we did. If it wasn't on the video, it was on one of our audios, one of the very, very first ones. First episodes that we did of the podcast. But if I remember correctly, they said they're going to face off against the Justice Society of America and then face off against the Justice League. There's going to be two different iterations. Like, so it's going to start in the past. He's going to fight Justice Society, and then in the future, he's going to, or present, whatever, he's going to fight Justice League. If I recall correctly.
Yeah, you were right, because I remember when we covered that, it was actually on this channel that we talked about, I believe.
All right, I wasn't sure if it was on audio or video that we had talked about that, because
I want to say it's on video.
Okay. So, I mean, we already knew there that Black Adam was coming because they had main story points in motion. Now, Dwayne's confirming that hey, we're delayed because of the obvious. So, just to put everybody's mind at ease that it is coming, it's just right now the virus is slowing everything down, which we all know this.
It's just a matter of time before before this is over with.
Yep.
And then we can get back to normal.
And also, on the realm of delays, you also broke this one to me, that John Chu was talking about Now You See Me 3 being delayed, which, again, no surprise.
Right.
Actually, I didn't even know this one was being made. I was wondering if they ever were going to make it. So this is news to me that they're even doing it.
Well, a couple of months back, he actually mentioned in an interview, and he said, "Yeah, we're talking about making it, but we just don't know what the script is going to be for just yet, or anything like that. They're in the way of actually trying to do it." And now it looks like that they might have actually figured out a direction that they want to take and everything. So I'm all for Now You See Me 3 because I enjoyed the first two films.
Now, is it going to have Ruffalo and Eisenberg and all them from the first two in it? Or
that and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Because I think they are going to be in it. I think Woody Harrelson's going to be back in it. I think all the original cast members are going to be back in it from the second one.
Because I know the girl, she got recasted because I guess the actress had gotten pregnant.
Yeah, she got pregnant.
From 1 to 2. So is it going to be the actress from 2, or is it going to be the original one?
That I don't know. I'm going to have to research that a little bit more on that part.
I mean, either way, it doesn't matter to me because I like both movies. Personally, I like the first one better than the second one.
Same here. I love the first one better than the second. But, I'm a sucker for magic shows.
Mm-hmm.
And magic card tricks and all that stuff. So, to see Now You See Me 3, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, so, like I said, I wasn't even aware that it was being made. I'm very happy that it is being made. Can I believe that's a franchise that does deserve a trilogy? So now we just have to. I'm sure that one's probably still in script phase too.
Yeah, that's actually in script phase.
Oh, it is confirmed as in script phase because I'm thinking that they're announcing that it's delayed. That I was wondering, are they just now ready for principal photography?
I'm thinking that it's delayed, like as in script delayed and production delayed.
Okay.
I think it rolls into one. I have to do a little bit more research on that, a little bit more. And I'll do an update next weekend on that. Do a follow-up.
All right. And while we're on the topic of a Jesse Eisenberg film, I didn't get to read this article.
I did.
You broke this one to me as well, so...
this is the one I actually wrote up and everything on the website.
Yeah. Jesse Eisenberg explains why he's not or hasn't supported the Snyder Cut, which honestly, I just thought maybe he just didn't give a damn, to be honest.
Well, to be honest with you, this is what he said, and I'm just paraphrasing what he said. But basically, he doesn't watch any of his performances or anything like that when he performs. So he said that him basically promoting a Snyder's Cut of a film that he was in that he didn't even watch, he said it wouldn't be very beneficial to him or anything like that for him to say, hey, let's go on ahead and break a Snyder's Cut whenever he just doesn't pay attention to his own performances or anything. So I can actually see it in that way, but in another way too, I wish that he would actually say, you know what, the fans are calling for it, Ben Affleck did it, Gal Gadot did it, Jason Momoa did it, let me go on ahead and push this thing a little bit further and let me do it.
Yeah, Eisenberg's always seemed to be that person that he just really gives no shits.
He's basically he's actually the epitome of The Social Network. He's actually the character we portrayed on Social Network.
Because personally, I'm not an Eisenberg fan because he just rubs me the wrong way.
You see, I liked him in Zombieland and...
Oh, I'm not saying that he's not a great actor. It's just his personality. His personality leaves something to be desired.
I can agree with that. I remember whenever I wasn't the biggest Shia LaBeouf fan and everything because of the stuff he was doing. And then now he turned his whole entire complete life around to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm back on board. I like Shia. I always liked Shia as an actor. But his personality is something that I couldn't get behind. But now he's changed, so I'm all for it. So if Jesse can do that whole entire 360, and where his personality can change and everything, I can get behind him as a person. But as an actor, I can actually be sold on anything he does. know.
So,
but that's just that little bit of information I found out.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I hope that the Snyder Cut. How much? I mean, this is going to segue right into the next story here, which is we're going to start talking about some streaming news because we did have some of that come out today or this past week as well.
Right.
How much would it be a shock that? I mean, granted, he isn't. So he's not supporting the Snyder Cut, not promoting it or anything, pushing it, but with the launch of HBO Max, which is launching next month, how much would it be a shock if HBO Max is like, you know what, we're going to mic drop this and Snyder Cut is on HBO Max day one?
And you know what? Christian and them actually talked about this before, too. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I remember them saying about it, but I don't remember them actually talking about it per se.
Yeah, because I'm going to turn into Christian and them for a minute because I actually side with them because of the fact that, you know, they said that it would be more beneficial to actually release it on Blu-ray and DVD for the fans instead of paying $5 or $6 a month on a service that you're only going to watch for one time to watch the Snyder's Cut because you can't watch it on Blu-ray or anything. So after they get their subscribers, they're gonna just go on ahead, subscribe one time, and then after they watch the Snyder's Cut, they're gonna bail out. So therefore, they're not gonna get their subscribers like they want. And I think also too with the Snyder's Cut, I think it will make money. It would actually benefit the studios, benefit Snyder, benefit the actors, and everything else that were involved with Justice League if they release it on Blu-ray and DVD. But that's just me.
And mind you, I'm not a Zack Snyder fan. I'm not a fan of his work, but I would love to see the difference because I'm sure it's night and day from what Whedon did to, well, I should say what Whedon inherited,
right,
to what Snyder actually had up here.
Well, I don't know if you remember the release photos that Snyder actually put out.
Well, yeah, the black Superman suit. All this stuff was coming out, and we didn't get any of it.
No, but there was actually some other stuff last year that got released, like a black and white photo of Batman and some other stuff.
Oh yeah, that's been being released periodically since Thanksgiving.
Right. So there's that little tidbit of stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like drip, 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 drip.
Right.
But we did get some more HBO Max news with it. Said to be launching next month. That we have J.J. Abrams confirming that Justice League Dark series is being developed for HBO Max. So this isn't going to be coming anytime soon, but it's coming. And it's like, now
I'm sold.
Who do you cast as Constantine? Do you take Constantine from Legends of Tomorrow and pluck him and put him in this?
No.
Because I like him as Constantine.
I do too, but here's the thing. We're talking about HBO here. They're going to go balls to the wall dark. They're going to go gritty. They're going to go raunchy. They're going to go balls to the wall all out.
As far as I know, this is the second DC property to be announced for HBO Max. Because way back,
Green Lantern.
Right before Christmas, I believe it was, Green Lantern was announced.
Right. So I'm thinking with Green Lantern, they can actually have a little bit of fun with that, with it being a little bit lightheartedness, where you don't even have to have it to where they have to do a full-on nude scene or anything like that. But with Justice League Dark, it's going to be gritty. It's going to be something that's different from Legends of Tomorrow. And
well, think about it. It's Batman, Zatanna, Constantine, Swamp Thing. Shit. I know I'm missing some people.
You also have no, Lobo's not in that.
I'm blanking. Damn it. I'm blanking on it. But those are the ones that I can remember off the top of my head.
Right.
So when you're talking gritty, you immediately think if you're wanting a dark Batman, you're right here. You go. This is your opportunity.
Because I don't really feel like that version of Constantine will actually fit in to the HBO Max universe. So therefore, I think they would have to recast the actor for it. What do you think?
I'm just trying to think who it would be.
Let's get Keanu Reeves.
Nah, he's too old.
Old as...
No, if you think about the character of Constantine, he's too old.
True, but still, he's good at what he does.
Oh, I'm not knocking Keanu Reeves. I love Keanu Reeves movie.
Right.
Give me The Matrix, give me Bill and Ted. I'm there. But
and John Wick.
Yeah, well, I have to admit this, and I know my nerd card's going to get revoked. I haven't watched any of John Wick movies.
You need to, because that might actually change your mind about his age. Because the way he moves and everything, it's just great. I
heard a nice little rumor, like a fan, this is like fanfic here, that Neo and Wick are basically the same person.
I've heard that too, but...
Which would be awesome. That would be awesome to have where Matrix 3 ended, and then with the Matrix got rebooted, right? So now, instead of being Neo, he became John Wick, who ends up being the next Neo, and segues into Matrix 4.
I don't know if I might actually watch that, just to see the direction that they go in, but,
Hey.
But now you got me wondering about who would be the actor to actually play Constantine.
Mm-hmm. Like, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. I mean...
Number one, he's got to be snarky. He's got to be... He's also got to be...
I know somebody, but you're going to do one of two things. You're going to shake your head, or you're going to laugh. Rupert Grint.
Okay, what actor is that? I forgot.
Ron from Harry Potter.
Oh, God. Okay.
That, or do one of the Weasley twins.
I could see maybe one of the Weasley twins that would actually be good for it, to be honest with you.
Because they have
they do have that snarky
they're
attitude.
Snarky. They're snarky for a kid's book and a kid's movie. Well, I guess you should say teenage novel.
More young adult novel.
They're snarky. That or get oh shit, I can't remember his actor's name, but the kid that played Draco Malfoy. He's not a kid anymore.
He would
obviously.
be perfect.
Oh, he'd be amazing.
He fits the bill.
He actually, he's my choice. He's my choice. The kid that played, or the actor that played Draco Malfoy, he's my Constantine.
To be honest with you, I like him in The Flash. Whenever he was on The Flash.
That's actually where his snarkiness went up a level. I know he was made for you to hate him right off the bat. But every time I see him in The Flash, it's like, God, I just want to punch you in the face.
Exactly.
I still have that feeling to this day. I see him in The Flash, it's like...
But yeah, I could definitely see that now. Okay, you got me sold on that.
Yeah, he would be the one I would choose to Constantine. Because granted, he's still young. He's younger than what Constantine would be. But he definitely could grow into that role. He could be Constantine right as he starts.
Right, exactly. And we can do several films with him. Just like they're doing with Tom Holland in a sense.
Yep. So yeah, that he would be a Constantine. I mean, I'm not terribly familiar with Justice League Dark, but is Batman extremely vital to Justice League Dark, or he just kind of one of them in and out characters?
To be honest with you, I think that we can actually have a world without Batman in it. Because it's basically just Constantine, the Swamp Thing, and all them. Batman plays like a side role, kind of, because it's their universe.
He's a benefactor.
Right.
Okay. That's kind of how I always pictured Batman in Justice League Dark. I mean, every
Because
Justice League Dark stuff I've seen has had Batman in it, but he's always struck me as the benefactor role.
right. Because even if you watch that Justice League Dark animated cartoon, he was kind of secondary.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, he seems like he's there, but he's not. Like, he's regulated to the back, and Constantine is the lead.
Right, because he's the leader. Constantine is basically the leader of this big, huge team.
That's what I was gathering.
Yep.
So I was hoping to have Final Fantasy VII beat, but that didn't happen. I just now, right before we started this, I just started Chapter 11 of 18. So I'm getting there. So I will not be doing my review right this week. I'll hopefully have it next week.
Okay. I did beat Uncharted 4 today because that was my first time playing Uncharted, the Uncharted 4 video game. And I got that from the PS Plus store for free.
Nice.
Yeah, get this. A couple of months back, they actually released all 3 of the remastered games of Uncharted
for free. I knew that.
So I went on ahead, I played all 3 of those, and then this month it was a free for Uncharted 4, so I got to play all 4 of them for free. And I loved that game. I love 4 better than I did. Yeah. 4 is definitely my favorite. Because it's dealing with pirates and everything and buried treasure, so I ate that up.
All right, so now that we're talking about games, we go to the gaming news, and this also has some COVID ramifications. First off, the PS4 exclusive Ghost of Tsushima may be delayed. It's not confirmed to be delayed, but it may be delayed due to the pandemic. So, Sony and the studio that is developing Ghost of Tsushima are just putting it out there that if they do not make the date, this is why. Which I'm sure everybody now is like, okay, if things don't make the date, then okay, whatever. We're not going to hold it against you.
Because it's normal. It's perfectly normal for stuff like this to happen right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, can't really make any gripes about that. One game I'm really hoping doesn't get delayed, but I would be understanding if it did, is Marvel's The Avengers, because it was already pushed back once because they were doing some revamps.
Yeah, I remember that.
That one is supposed to drop September, I believe it is now. It's right around my birthday, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, because I remember you getting geeked out over that.
Yeah. So, and I'm fine with them revamping graphics and making it look nicer and neater. And I'll be honest, I think part of it too is they're pushing back because they want to make a port for PS5 and Xbox Series X. Right. Which I'm totally on board for, because if I know that's coming for those 2 consoles, then the day that I get the console is the day I'm getting that game with launch. So we shall see. Granted, Ghost of Tsushima looks really good. I don't know much about it, but I did see the trailer for it at the Video Game Awards when they aired them on YouTube last year, and the graphics look amazing. I mean, samurais. What else can you ask for? Like,
I'm sold. If this is Japanese stuff, I'm sold because I'm a huge Japanese.
Oh yeah. We're talking like the hats and everything, like feudal Japan.
Okay. Yep. I'm definitely gonna be picking that up.
So, and
I'm a huge history buff too. So,
speaking of the PS5, they came out. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. They came out and said that PS5 is still on track for release. but with fewer consoles. They're planning on having made 6 million consoles by the end of fiscal year 2020, which is March 2021.
Okay.
So
does that also involve the COVID thing as well? They're
there's
pushing out fewer?
they're saying that it doesn't affect the COVID's not affecting it because they were having issues beforehand with getting materials like
That's
lasers
right. Okay.
and like to get the equipment to make the consoles. They're having issues because everything's such in high demand in that market right now.
Right.
So they're contributing it to that, and they're also contributing the higher sticker price, which they haven't officially announced yet, to being due to the lack of materials. So
I'm looking at probably $800 system or more.
I don't see it being that much. I'm saying we're looking 600, maybe 650 max. And that's just because of the lack of materials, basically. And that was before this whole bit with the virus happened.
Right.
Okay. That's just me being highly pessimistic. So more likely it'll be cheaper than that. It'll probably be a 550 mark, I would assume. Because it seems like to be the magic number is 500 for consoles.
Right, because I paid $400 for my PS4 with the digital copy of The Last of Us. So
yeah, so I mean, 400 is about the average, so 500 is normally about the max. So if you're expected it to be a little bit higher, say about 550. If you had to ballpark it, at least that would be my estimate.
Well, let's see if we're right on the Price is Right when this thing gets released.
If we're right, we should get free consoles. Just throwing that out there. Is it storming down there right now?
Yeah.
All right, I keep seeing lightning flashes in the background. At least I thought it was.
There's new special effects for the YouTube channel. Just want to throw that in there. I have Sam Raimi and James Wan directing outside, throwing in the special effects. Pretty soon there's going to be killer clowns creeping around. So,
hey, don't bring them killer clowns back, man. That was bad enough back in 16. We don't need those fuckers around anymore. Killer clown. If we get a clown that comes up on my porch, I told everybody this that year. There's a clown that comes up on my porch. It's right around Halloween. One of them little fuckers come up on my porch as a clown. I am stabbing the shit out of them with one of my swords because I hate clowns to start with. I absolutely fucking hate clowns. And these little fuckers.
What I want to do is I want to go on ahead and pay someone to go to Shane's grocery store to dress up as a sexy clown and ask for a balloon again. That's what I want.
That was funny. That was funny.
I would pay someone to do that. So if you live in the Florida area, if you know a guy named Shane that works over at
Oh, don't even get me started with Florida right now.
Right.
Oh my God. You got a governor that can't put a medical mask on properly. Which if you haven't seen that video, please look it up. All you gotta do is type in Florida governor puts on medical mask, and I'm sure it'll pop up on YouTube. This guy doesn't know his ass from hole to ground. I swear to God, how do you not know how to put a medical mask on your face?
Right. What other stuff that were we going to talk about? I know that we had the PS5 news.
Yep. Jump Force announced this week that they're getting a Nintendo Switch port, which, if you're not familiar with Jump Force, which we were talking about before we came on air, is, and you put it the best way, I think Kingdom Hearts. Take all your anime characters, all your heroes, all your villains, and mash them together in one fighting game. That's what Jump Force is. It's all your shonen heroes. Yeah,
I
it's
might
called.
actually play that, even though I might actually play that, even though I'm not a big anime person. Maybe this might actually get me into anime.
And I haven't really played it yet, but from what I have played, because I only played the demo, um, like probably over a year ago. I mean, I have the game downloaded. I just haven't played it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Is it's anime characters coming out of their world, coming into our world. So they're fighting in real world locations like Tokyo, New York
Oh
City.
shoot!
Yeah, it's looks interesting. It looks very
I would
interesting.
actually
I
play
just
that.
haven't got to really get into it yet.
See, I would actually play that, and I've only watched maybe about 4 animes in my life. I've watched Hellsing, Unbridged, and Bridged. I've, I've watched Blue Alchemist, and I've watched Death Note. And there's also this other one that I watched where this one kid was like a demon, and he went. I forgot what it was, but I forgot what that one was.
Demon Slayer,
No, not Demon Slayer. It was a different
Inuyasha.
one. Nah, something else. I'll have to look it up because it's actually in my Netflix thing.
Oh,
And then,
Netflix. Blue Exorcist.
yep, that's it.
And did you say Blue Alchemist?
Yeah, Full Metal
Full
Alchemist. That's
Metal
what I want.
Alchemist. Now, did you watch Alchemist or did you watch Alchemist Brotherhood?
I watched the first one that you ended up seeing because I know Brotherhood is the one that's after that one.
No, Brotherhood is actually a retelling of Alchemist, and Brotherhood is superior. Like it follows the manga almost beat for beat, and it is
Okay.
by far superior to Full Metal Alchemist. It blows Alchemist out of the water.
And you're gonna be shocked at this. I actually watched a couple of episodes of My Hero Academia as well. So I watched like a little bit of season 1. I remember when She Who Must Not Be Named was trying to get me into it. And
Get the Funimation app. This is my recommendation. Get the Funimation app, and there's 3 anime that I'm going to tell you right out the gate. The first one's complete, so you can watch the whole thing the whole way through. Fairy Tail.
I heard about Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail, start to finish, that was actually a good lightning flash. Fairy Tail from start to finish.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Attack on Titan, which is all the way up to current. It's up to the end of season 3, which the 4th season will be the final one, which is supposed to come out later this year. You know, pending the whole COVID situation. So really, I'm going to recommend 4 to you. You put Attack on Titan on the list. My Hero Academia, which is coming up on the end of season 4 dub, which season 5 has already been announced because it's finished in Japan. That. Black Clover. Black Clover just finished its first arc and is going into the second arc now.
Okay.
The first arc was 123 episodes long. Yeah, and it's one hell of a payoff. And their openings, some anime openings are really good. Some of them are really bad. These anime openings for Black Clover are crazy.
Like, I'll give those a shot.
Black Catcher, which is the newest opening, is stuck in my head. I have to listen to it at least once a day because it's stuck in my head. So being that we're talking about anime, oh yeah, Fire Force is on there too. That's actually how I got into Fire Force. And that one, if you like anime that has jokes in it, you're gonna love Black Clover. You're gonna love Fairy Tail, and you're gonna love Fire Force.
Okay.
So, and if you already watched Blue Exorcist, you know anime that has jokes in it. Because Blue Exorcist is littered with jokes. Did
And
you
I
watch?
love.
Did you watch Blue Exorcist season 2, the Kyoto arc?
I think I just watched season 1 because of the
Oh,
fact I don't think. Yeah.
season 2 is superior.
Okay, because I remember they only had like season 1 available on Netflix, and that's how I got introduced into it.
Yeah. The Kyoto arc. Where did I watch the Kyoto arc? I want to say that one might have been on Hulu. Pretty sure that one was on Hulu that I watched that one.
Okay.
But Fire Force confirmed that season 2 is supposed to release in July 2020, but it's expected to be split in half due to the COVID virus. Which, I mean, honestly, it's not a bad thing to have anime split in half sometimes. So I'm not totally against this. I'm kind of sad that it's not happening all in one shot because Fire Force is really, really good. But, it's the state of the world right now. So what are you going to do?
Right.
Same thing here. If you're an Evangelion fan, the final title has been revealed as Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time is most likely going to be delayed because of the virus. But we have the title. We have the title and we have the poster. Which actually I might be able to pull the poster up here real quick. So if you give me 1 second.
While you're doing that, what's the plot for this? I never heard of this.
I'll be honest, it's convoluted. Basically, mankind is fighting these entities called angels, and they're trying to stop the apocalypse. And let's just put it to you this way: it's a mind fuck.
All right.
Oh my god! I'm trying to think of the easiest way to explain it to you, and just trying to explain it to you, my mind's like getting twisted in knots.
Okay.
So
I'll give it a shot, just to take a look at it.
It's interesting. It's on Netflix. All right. Let's see if I can find it here because I did see it earlier. Yeah, here's the poster. You all right down there?
Yeah.
All right.
Just trying to hold it. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Give me 1 second here for my computer to speed up. Yeah. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me bring that down here. Let's try that again.
Okay, there we go.
Yep. That's the poster. So that's the final Evangelion poster for the movie. That's what it looks like in Japanese. It's kind of interesting they're showing train tracks, to be honest.
That's got kind of Final Fantasy vibe to it with the train tracks in a way.
Yeah, in a way it does. Here's some screenshots you're asking about Evangelion.
Okay.
They're silhouette shots. I'm wondering if they're not from the movie, honestly.
All right.
But, yeah, I mean, not seeing anything else here. Yeah, here's one of the characters from the show. But as you can tell, the animation style is back in the 80s.
Yeah, I can tell that's definitely 80s
But it's a good show. Definitely got to pay attention. It's been a long time since I've actually watched a show from start to finish.
Okay. I'll
So,
give it a shot.
yeah, I mean, they just threw the remake out there on Netflix, so it'd be a very good opportunity for you to give it a shot. I mean, I would recommend it. I mean, if you like having your mind screwed with.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
All right, and now we don't have any tech news. I didn't see anything tech-wise come out this week.
Right.
So on to convention news, because there is some convention news, and unfortunately, it's not good.
No.
First one, the big one, Comic-Con finally announced. We knew this was coming. It's postponed until 2021. So Comic-Con 2020 is canceled. Unfortunately.
And you see, right, and it's the first time in 51 years that it's been canceled.
Yep. So, I mean, again, state of the world because of the virus. Nothing else really to be said about it, honestly.
Well, I have something to add to that, though. I mean, let's think about it like this. Do we really want to meet celebrities during this time? And plus, some of those celebrities also go tested positive for the coronavirus. And do we really want to be more than 6 feet near everybody, especially in that Hall H room?
Mm-hmm.
And then also on top of that, we also have a couple of other issues too, where some studios weren't even going to show up this time.
Yep. And
So,
it's also like Christian and Brett went and said too. Christian has outright admitted the only year that he didn't get sick, I believe it was last year, he said he didn't get sick because he was too busy doing stuff backstage for Schmodown. And he calls it the con flu.
Yeah, because Schnepp even got sick a couple of times during the years of Comic-Con. And they get this, they were on AMC Movie Talk before, and they were sick doing AMC Movie Talk and Collider Movie Talk. And I felt so bad for them because they were so miserable during that time. But, we had studios that were backing out anyways because they said they weren't going to be there because they didn't have anything to show. So what was the point for this year anyways for people to go to Comic-Con? Because there was nothing really there for people to go to.
That and the biggest thing that would have been there would have been the Walking Dead trailer premiere. And with them being on delay for production for season 11, they're not going to have a trailer.
Right. And not only that, but I even said this on my podcast. I said, I wouldn't be excited for this year to go. Next year will be the place to go because we have everything coming out, especially when we have these release dates that are being pushed back to 2022.
But the only other big thing I could think of that you would have seen come out of Comic-Con this year might have been some Ghostbusters news.
That's about it. I mean, we got a trailer, and that's about it. And then that got pushed back until next year as well. So really, we can actually have all our trailers, all our stuff that we want next year.
Exactly.
So if I was a person and if I could afford to go to Comic-Con for next year is the place to go. Next year is the reason to go. Not this year.
I just feel bad for everybody that went and bought their tickets and they're like, yoink.
Well, actually, I got some good news about that. They actually said they can either do a refund or they can carry their badges over. They'll switch out the badges for next year's passes. So they already did all their stuff that they need to do for that. And I also heard Dragon Con in Atlanta is still going on. That's going to happen in September.
Well, yeah, they got plenty of time to figure that out.
Right.
Little League up here, they're saying that they're basically down to their last inning with a full count to decide whether or not they're going to have the Little League World Series or not. It'll be the first time in Little League history that the Little League tournament might not happen.
And to me, I think I'd rather just wait until next year for them to actually do that.
Oh, yeah, because the Little League tournament, especially depending on the teams that come in, it gets crazy around here.
Right.
It gets brutally insane, especially if we get a local team in here. It gets brutal. I heard that one. I heard that thunder.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna cut myself short because I don't want to get struck by lightning. So.
All right. Well, I only have one more topic here, anyhow.
Okay.
And that's just the fact that the Anime Expo again canceled because of the virus, but they have announced dates for next year. So it'll be the July 4th weekend. I mean, otherwise, I have no other news. And I mean, I know this is kind of a rush ending, but your weather seems to be getting worse.
Yeah, Sam Raimi needs to slow his roll.
Yeah.
So does Dave Wan.
So not to rush everybody off the air here, but I mean we went the full hour. So
I thought we did pretty good. I thought the hour was really good for what we wanted to do.
Oh yeah. I mean, but like I said, with the weather, we need to get you off the air, and I'm just gonna call it then. So go ahead and do your plugs, and then I'll do mine, and then we'll call it a day.
All right. Well, you can follow me at Movie Lovers Unite, TV Lovers Unite on Facebook. You can also join me on Twitter at Movie Lovers Unite, or you can just follow me on Twitter at John DeGregorio. And then, of course, you can also find me on YouTube at Movie Lovers Unite, and also on Instagram at Movie Lovers Unite and at John DeGregorio. And thanks again.
And you can also find me on Twitter at hotel_nerd86. And also, you can find both of us at the Hotel Nerd group and also now on the Hotel Nerd page, because I just made John an admin of the page. So if you have any questions or concerns or thoughts of how we can make material better, you can send us a message and one of us will get the message and we'll get back to you in a timely manner. So with that being said, have a good night. Stay safe. I heard you're in for a bad day tomorrow again. So stay safe, heed the warnings, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Have a good one.